My name is Bill Marshall, and I have a child in the primary class here at Trident Academy. One of the things that was important to us in selecting the school was looking at class size. And here in the Charleston area, many of the other schools we looked at that were had a smaller class size, but the teacher-student ratio here is so much better than other educational opportunities. And with my son, we recognized the need for more individualized education, if at all possible. And the Trident experience has proven itself to us to be very helpful in his educational journey. And just looking at how the educational approach here, everything is more structured to the individual. The class size is small enough that in the lower school, every student gets some level of individualized treatment, individualized education from the LEAD program. And what I've seen here recently is a very, very confident young man who comes home from school, who's happy to be here. When we leave in the morning, he's excited to go to school. He's excited about reading. He's excited about math. He's excited about being with his friends. And it's just in this last quarter of school, I've seen his confidence level grow socially, educationally, and just in every way. Things that's important to me is that the Trident folks they're not as concerned with just the education of the child, but they truly look at the whole child and everything about social interaction, education, and everything. And I had an opportunity I think it's worth sharing that meant a lot to me, and I know it meant a lot to my son. Gathering earlier in the year, I mentioned to the two basketball coaches that my son might be interested in being either a ball boy or water boy or somehow involved with the team. And the easy thing for the coaches to have done would have been to say, no thank you. Instead, the next day, Bill all came home from school excited that the coach had asked him to be a water boy on the basketball team. We went to the game, and the first game I was screaming at him being the water boy coach and telling him where to go, what to do, how to help. And by the second game, he took it on as a responsibility, and it was his job. I heard him talking the other day with one of the other neighbors in our neighborhood about his basketball team, and he very much feels like he's a part of that team. After the last game, my son and I were just shooting baskets after the game, and two of the high school students who were players on the team came up to me, and I didn't really know. I knew them by their name and their jersey and all that. Don't know their parents. But they came up to me and said that they wanted to thank me for our participation in coming to watch their games during the school year. And it meant a lot to them to see us in the stands at the away games and the home games and all that. And that speaks volume for the type of children and young adults that the school is raising, essentially. Not only the end of the year program, and the accomplishments during this course of the year, but there are also monthly celebration assemblies where the kids gather in the gymnasium and are rewarded for good academics, for good behavior. My son came home the other day and said he had received a Got You Being Good award, Caught You Being Good award, and I asked him what it was, and he'd actually held the door open for some other students on the way to lunch. And so sometimes it's the little thing, sometimes it's the big thing, but the idea of a constant reward mechanism during weekly, monthly, and then the year-end program has been fun to see. Had an opportunity for Bill Law to read in the church service, and we didn't tell my mom and dad, and Renee's mom and dad. It was sort of a surprise for everybody. And they and other members of the congregation who know our family burst into tears when they heard his voice, as he got up there at the pulpit and spoke in front of 180 people and had no issue with shyness. He spoke very clearly and was very, very proud of his accomplishments when he finished. And, again, that just, the sense of pride that he takes is evident in my voice just thinking about it and reliving that memory. Keep saying and another thought, but and this may be unique to Trident or maybe other schools that this apply to as well, but I think it's unique to Trident, is the teacher availability. Through the use of email, I probably talk to one of my son's teachers at least once a day, or the lead teacher, or the librarian, or the art teacher, or the basketball coach, and without fail, everybody gets back to me in a very short period of time. The availability of teachers to answer questions and ask questions too is just a great asset to us as parents, so that we all know, how things are proceeding through the year, and you don't, at the end of the year, you're not surprised by anything. They very much make you feel like you're a part of the family. I actually sent an email to two new students just recently and welcomed them to what I refer to as the Trident Academy family, because we're very fortunate and blessed to have the school and the teachers here in our lives. They're all heroes to me.